in the course of last year, we were able to disburse through financial intermediaries a total of 670 million US dollars. And around 40,000 SMEs were direct beneficiaries of those disbursements. So a bumper year for SMEs, as far as we are concerned anyway. Um, uh, our interest is, facilitating SMEs integration into cross-border value chains, right? So regardless of what sector it is, as long as you're going to promote export of African produce, we are quite happy to support. What I can say, though, is that increasingly we're paying attention to areas such as technology, because that's where scalability lives for the most part. We're also paying very close attention to the creatives. You would have seen in the course of the annual meetings various references to the Creative Africa Nexus, which is basically the vehicle we've put together to drive our agenda in the creative economy in Africa, right? So there are various different constituencies that hold significant promise. Like I said, technology, the creatives, manufacturing as well is another big one that we see big potential in. So as far as sectors are concerned, I would say sector agnostic, but with some preference for those ones. As much as possible, we track the progress of the SMEs that we extend support to. Bear in mind, it's not just financial support. We have an export SME development program that touches on financing, capacity building, market access, and even policy-related initiatives. So what we do is we track these cohorts. How do I know that we are generating the impact that we want? Because we're tracking them, we see how their balance sheets grow. We see the number of employees that they have with each passing year. We see the kind of support that they're able to qualify for actually increase year on year. So there is no question about the fact that the impact that we're hoping for, we're having, and that does nothing but give me especially the energy and the appetite to do even more, or to fight for the bank to do even more for the SME constituency in Africa. SMEs in Africa need capacity, right? They need technical assistance, training, mentorship. Critically, they also need access to markets. And I think that is where the narrative around the AFCFTA comes in and is extremely important. With the AFCFTA, you open up a market of 1.3, 1.4 billion people. And if you can get these SMEs to be able to participate in markets of that size, you completely transform the profile and the prospects that they have. You completely transform their commercial viability once the market size changes from X number of people in their state in Nigeria to 1.4 billion people in Africa. So market access initiatives are just as important as financing. As I said, capacity building is also critical, and there's also an issue around policy, right? We need to understand that as far as policy is concerned, the SMEs themselves need a seat on the table, right? Historically, we've spent a lot of time theorizing around what SMEs need. So policy has often been a function of what people who have never run a small business before think a small business needs. One thing that we are trying to drive in Afreximbank is SME representation on the policy tables that matter the most. So we're pushing the SME agenda in places like the African Union, and we ourselves are a broad-based partnership of 51 African states. So we do have some convening power and some leverage as far as pushing the right policy narratives around SMEs are concerned, and we're doing that to the best of our ability.